I've wanted to do this video for a while because I think it's kind of important. A lot of people have been leaning their predictions towards female characters due to a statement from one of the developers or producers or something, but it's actually a misquote. A lot of people remember the quote as something along the lines of, there will be more female characters in Jump Force than there was in J-Stars, but in actuality, the real quote was that there will be female characters. And if you remember the quote correctly, which is what the quote I just said, you know, there will be female characters, then we already might have all of the female characters that are going to be in the game already, because we've already got Rukia. And of course, a female creator character, which already follows with that statement. Just because they said that there will be female characters doesn't mean there will be more female characters. Now, with that said, I do think there will be more female characters, and I want to break down what female characters I think have a chance to show up in the game, and then break down some more that might, probably not, but could. Starting off with the most likely female character, at least in my opinion, is Medaka from Medaka Box. She probably will be the only character from Medaka Box, and it makes perfect sense, of course. She's the main character. I don't see a reason to not have her in the game at this point. If a character from City Hunter can show up, I don't know why a character from Medaka Box can't. Seems reasonable enough to me. Next up is a Naruto representative, either Sakura or Hinata. It could be either one, to be honest. Sakura seems like an obvious character to add in, that way we can have the entirety of Team 7, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. On the other hand, Hinata feels like a good addition as well, because it would add a completely different fighting style, and of course, you would have Hinata and Naruto in the game, which is of course a nice little duo to have. But considering this is a 3 versus 3 fighter, perhaps maybe they'll lean slightly more towards that Sakura pick, so that you can have a full team of Team 7. This one might come out of left field for a lot of people, but remember she was an assist in J-Stars, and that's Kagura, which is a character from Gintama. I don't know how to feel about this one, because I don't know much about Gintama, but from what I hear, she's a pretty important character to that franchise, and seems like one of the more likely female characters to show up. If Gintama was to get 2 representatives, it seems like this would be the obvious pick, but more than likely Gintama will end up with just one. I might talk about that a little bit more in the future, but for the most part, I think Gintama probably ends up with just one character, and it will be Gintoki, of course. Now, this next one is a My Hero Academia female character, and if they were to do a female My Hero Academia character, it feels like it would be pretty easy to make it Uraraka. Uraraka is clearly the most important female character to the franchise. I know everyone's got their best girl and their favorite waifu or whatever, but Uraraka, objectively, when you look at the show, is clearly the most important to the story, and for that reason, she would be an easy first pick for a female character. I really don't think we're going to get this one. It seems pretty unlikely that they would add a female character from My Hero Academia, just because there's so many My Hero Academia characters you would want in the game before you would want a character like Uraraka. For example, you've got, obviously, Deku, you've got All Might, you've got Bakugo, you've got Shoto. So many characters feel like they deserve that spot because of how popular they are, and granted, Uraraka is very popular, but not compared to those guys, you know, and I don't think My Hero Academia is getting 5 representatives. In fact, I'm not even sure if they're going to get, like, more than 2, so I'm certainly not expecting that. And there's a few other characters we could talk about, but none of them are particularly likely. The characters we've already spoke about are probably the most likely to come to the game, and even still, I don't feel confident about any of them. Well, that's not true. I do feel confident about Medaka. Medaka's probably definitely making it in. Like, she's very, very close to, like, 100% confirmed. Like, it's pretty likely that we get Medaka. And I would say the most likely character next to her is probably Sakura or Hinata, but apart from that, I don't think any of the characters we just talked about are super likely. And then on top of that, you've got other characters who could show up, but almost definitely aren't. Characters like Kefla or Android 18, characters like Boa Hancock. There's plenty of female characters we could mention, but their chances are just so low that it's probably not worth it. Overall, the point of this video is to illustrate how unlikely it is to see a large amount of female characters. We've already got Rukia, we're probably going to get Medaka, and maybe a representative from Naruto. Apart from that, I don't see a lot of female characters making it into this game. And I really wanted to get this opinion out there because, again, there's so many people who really do believe that previous quote, which is just a misquote, where one of the developers said something along the lines of, there will be more or a lot of female characters in Jump Force. But again, no producer has said that. That's literally a misquote. Back before Rukia and any of the Bleach characters were revealed, a developer said that there would be female characters in the game. And we've already got one. It's Rukia. Obviously, Medaka seems very likely, and a couple other female characters have a chance, but don't expect to see a lot of female characters on this roster. As big of a disappointment as that is for me, because generally I lean towards female characters in fighting games, I just like playing them for some reason. At the end of the day, you'll always be able to make female CACs though, so that's nice. If you want another female on your team, really, you can create any character you want from any anime, so that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the lack of female characters in Jump Force. Obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed about it. Right now, 25 characters have been revealed. Sorry, I actually think it's 24, but only one of them has been a female character. And assuming we get around a 50 character roster in the end, I would be surprised if 4 of them were female characters. If you enjoyed it all, remember to leave a like on the video. It helps other people find it. My name's been Bilbzy, and I'll see you in the next video.